G'day, this is a Dragon Barrow's Nerdsville. I just finished watching a video from Akidearest, a fellow YouTuber. Well, more successful YouTuber, but still a YouTuber nonetheless. She was addressing several issues when it comes to sexism in anime. I've already did a video on racism, or alleged racism in anime, and I find nothing racist in anime. But this is my views on the whole topic of sexism in anime. I'm in like a political standpoint of a strong Christian I'm a strong Christian conservative type. But I can appreciate anime in its fullest forms. You got the beauty of within the Japanese culture, showing off the Japanese anime and manga culture. You see the appreciation of the human form, more so the female form, as a form of the art. As it may just be like the naked breast, the naked backside, the naked vaginal, or the vaginal area. It could be the male nude backside, or the penile region of the gentleman. All it is just going into the artistic side of mixing what I would see as more Eurocentric nudism paintings like the Venus de Milo. This also within the statue of David, the statue of David itself. It borrows a lot from there. It also borrows a lot from the puritanical US system of tight-fitting clothes and uniforms for both sexes, male and female, where it's like skin tight. You can see the voluptuousness of the boobs, the ampleness of the backside, or the thick bulge of the penile male genitalia region. That's what predominantly I do see a lot of in Japan, in the Japanese manga and anime culture. It's more about the celebration of the human form. As in one of the first episodes of Food Wars, there's a guy built a bit bigger than me, but then you see his man boobs, you see his bare belly. It celebrates the nude human form in all of its in the plethora of its shapes, heights, and weight classes. And to say that anime is nothing but sexist, boobs, butts, nude vaginas, shaven vaginas, to be more precise. But no, to be honest with you, no, it's not. To people who say, "Oh, the lip service," seeing a pair of panties, lip service. There is a literal art form when it comes to lingerie. the art form is like, as you can see over here. There's I've got. I'll just show you. I'll just use something from from one of my other fandoms. This is a replica World Championship Wrestling United States Heavyweight Wrestling Championship belt. You can see it. It's beautiful. It's stylish. It is a beautiful play between metal, paint, and leather. That's what I find great with this belt, with my NWA World Heavyweight Title belt, my ECW Tag Team, WWF Hulk Hogan era World Heavyweight, and my AWF Young Lions Championship belt. I love those belts for the same reason that there are quite a large number of people who enjoy watching what is so-called fan service. It's just the simple art form of how the human form. Sorry about that. I just had to put the thing down, skiing a bit. But yeah, the panty or the underwear, and oddly enough, I do have a pair of male underwear. Well, mine. And nope, shall not be using that. Won't worry about it. No, just don't worry about it. Actually, wait. I'm gonna just slide this over a bit. Yeah. See? Two simple triangles of material that's all it is for panties or for underwear, and that's it. Like bras, it's like material and string, string and elastic, holding things together, which is an art form. The support of the genitalia and boobs. It is an art form of science. Like even with the frilliness of the lace of certain panties and bras, if you want, you can toss in men's swimming trunks and women's bikinis in that same vein as well. You can actually see the art, be it a red, black, purple, yellow, green, grey, whatever color, whatever patterns of the underwear which is shown in anime or shown in manga. It's not true fan service for as I said, for the simple reason is it's just art of clothing. And this is what honestly I love with the whole anime and manga scene, more than I love with the more westernized scene of clothing and respect thereof. From what I've seen, it is from what I've seen with Food Wars, with what I've seen in Kenichi, World's Mightiest Disciple, which what I've seen in a few episodes of Pokemon, which what I've seen in Dragon Ball, which what I've seen in Naruto. A little bit of it from Soul Eater. A tad smidgen of it in Black Butler, and various other animes that I have in my collection. I've seen the female form and also the male form in tight-fitting clothing. It's not to do with the fan service. It has nothing to do with fan service at all. It's more to do with the love of the human form, the love of the clothing on the form. Like for instance, Voltron, like Lion Force Voltron. You see the tight-fitting. I'm talking about the 1980s Voltron, Lion Voltron Force. You see, like the princess when she goes into battle, piloting the blue lion. You can actually, it's actually like a form-fitting uniform, and that's virtually saying one level away from being totally nude. Then you've got the transformation sequence in Sailor Moon, which you have got full nude. It's like the nude silhouette and do the transformation. And I know it's thrown a bit of Queen in there, but still, it says a lot. It's celebrating the human form, and it'll be like going over and over and over things at the same time. You got, as I said, colors, patterns. You got the late, especially when there's some lacing up with rope or string for some of the outfits, and seeing the bare flesh underneath. You have that different contrast of tones, like with what, as you can see with my singlet here. You've got like a light brown militaristic color here. Then you've got on my arm like a tan, lightish red, lightish pink hue of my arm, and you can see literally see the contrast. It's beautiful. The same thing can be said for like the dark, like the royal blues or the navy blues of some animes and manga that can pop the beautiful patterns. And it's just with like the lace work, or like laces in the, as in the, like what you do with the shoes, and like the corsets, like that sort of patterns, offset with the actual skin tone of the character that the clothes are on. To call it fan service, to call it fan service is not understanding it as an art form. It's not fan service to do. It has so much to do with sex. And from what I see in anime and what I read in manga, I don't see that sort of thing at all. You may see some of it in in some of the kunoichi harem style of anime and manga, but in more of the popular scene, even with a Dragon Ball episode where Goku removes Bulma's panties, and she just flashes up and exposes all of her downstairs region towards Master Yoshi and that. And with like the bit of the rustling of the item of clothing she was wearing, or she wears in that scene. A little bit of rustling. It's like a natural. It's like a clothing variant of the framing. You're framing the beautiful backside region. That's for what we can actually see, and that's Bulma's nude teenage backside, and that's all you see, and it's like the wave is beautifully done. I'm not saying that I have any waifu or husband, or like any anime character which I want to have be a husband to, or have as my husband, or have as my wife. I just see that even with like the torn school uniforms of all the school children, of Soma's classmates in his former school, or when he's doing challenges, the hypeness of the clothes being ripped off, and that it's virtually saying, it's like even like the reaction coming from the mouth. Is that good? It feels like the whole body is just releasing pent up energy, but you're getting more energy in return. Being relaxed and stimulated at the same time, which is virtually saying the orgasm of the mouth. I know what you're saying. Oh, but hang on. Earlier on, you said it's nothing sexist, nothing sexual about it. I did say that. And it all comes down to the individual who ultimately watches anime. Or it gets down to the parent of a minor who watches anime or reads up on mangas. It all comes down to those 2 points. If you are angered or triggered at the sight of the naked human form, I suggest that you don't watch Food Wars. I suggest that you don't watch quite a lot of harem, kunoichi, type of anime, because those things have human nudity in that. what you would call sexualizing, I would more or less call it the dreaming within the fictional world. And I would actually put this challenge to people here. If you go to sleep of a night and you are one of these more really conservative, we should not be showing nudity to children types, I would say this. You will find it hard during certain times of the year when there are conventions where people actually do dress up as these characters. Tight-fitting, the falsehood of this idiotic saying of fan service. But then try not to go out those days. And also, if you were one of those same conservatives, well, I for one used to be one of them. I'm only one of them when it comes to the point of brothels and adult bookshops being literally within a stone's throw of a children's school. Separate that. That's for sure. But when it comes to parents, you have the control. You can set the parental thing on your children's devices before you give it to them. You can do so much in preventing your children from watching this stuff. It's not funny. There are internet programs where you can actually, I won't do the running around for you. You do it yourself. I'm not going to parent your kids. As people like Aki shouldn't be responsible for, or Anime Man, another fine YouTuber who does a lot of stuff within the Japanese culture. They are not your children's parents. You are your child's parent. It is your job to see what they are doing. It is your job to listen to what they are listening to. It is your job, if you want your certain beliefs and standards and codes of living to continue on into the next generation, for you to be there. Kiss Anime sites, sites dedicated to anime, like Kiss Anime, Crunchyroll, anime streaming sites, they are not people. They are literally not people. They do not have the qualifications to be a babysitter, to be a daycare provider for your children. It's like back in the day for me in TV. People were saying, back in my day, television, it's going to get pornography to the kids. Guess what? People said that about the VHS tape. People say that about those big ass laser discs. They said it about the DVDs. They say it now with the internet and the streaming services. It is not a VHS tape. It is not a laser disc. It is not television. It is not internet. It's not DVDs. It's not magazines that are here to be pseudo daycare people, pseudo babysitters or child carers. They are not here to do those things. You are the parent. You can hire the baby. You can hire a babysitter. Tell them your requests, and leave it at that. And you can go off and have a good adult's time out. But if you are that afraid of the so-called sexist material being sexist, fan service, female enslavement, male enslavement stuff, if you don't want those sort of so-called images in your child's life, guess what? You pick up the bat, you pick up the ball, and you make sure that everything is done by the book as you see fit. It's your fault. Everything eventually goes on to you. Don't palm it off on social media. Don't palm it off on the internet. Don't palm it off on DVDs. Don't palm it off on anything else. This video is on sexism, alleged sexism in anime. Alleged. All this stuff is allegedness. And let me just close by saying this. 1. It is how you interpret the art. If the original author doesn't deem it to be pornography, sexist, misogynistic, like the female version of misogyny. If they don't intend it, and you do, then that's on your head. It's not on the author's head. It's not on the It's not on the creator's head. Number 2. If you don't want your children to see it, be there for your children so they do not see it. As simple as that. Number 3. Well, you do not categorize all Japanese people by the art of a few. It's like walking out of a sushi place and saying all Japanese can cook. It's like walking out of over here in Australia we have a place called Kininoku. Kinikoma? Oh. There's a big store in Sydney where they sell manga, anime, different Japanese a bit of pop culture and things like that. They also are not to be blamed for. They are not speaking of. If you want to say that they're perverts and all Japanese people are perverts, don't blame like the store, or don't blame the Japanese people. Don't blame Japanese people for scaring your child after they've seen a Godzilla movie. Number 4. You gotta literally check yourself before you wreck yourself. To barge into a place, like over here in Australia we have a place called JB Hi-Fi, where there are mature anime sold. Quite a number of them have to do with violence. Quite a number of them have to do with drug use. And some of it is nudity and sexual imagery. So labelled by the Australian government. You can't blame, as I said, with the store in Sydney that sells comics, the Japanese comics. You can't blame them. You can't blame your local Japanese convenience store. You can't blame people that sell anime or manga. Same thing with game traders. You can't blame them either. Or any place that sell anime or manga. You can't say that they are peddling pornography. You can't say that they are peddling sexist imagery. You can't say that what they're doing is promoting arts that you deem to be not of your standards. And lastly but not leastly, if you're a parent and you don't want this sort of stuff, put on your boots, lace them up tight, put on your big person pants, put on your big person top, and don't complain about the industry. Your children, your responsibility. Simple as that. You really need to think. Don't have so many children and get the welfare checks and not paying attention to your kids. Don't get married and have children because of some status. Oh look, this is my son. Oh look, this is my daughter. They are high in their school. I am so proud of them. They go to a private school. Oh, I'm too busy. I don't know what school they go to, but still, they're privately educated. Do not use your children as a cash cow or as a status symbol, and demand your standards for raising them to be kept. One day little Johnny or little Susie will find these things. They may be introduced by a friend. They may come across it whilst looking for music in their local, in a thing called in what America would call a Walmart or Target. Over here in Australia, Big W, Kmart, Target, JB Hi-Fi. Children will come across things that you do not like, nor do you want to be shown to them without your knowledge. They will gravitate towards it. Hell, I gravitated towards metal because a stupid ex-family member said that it was education. It was not educated. It's uneducated yelling, and you can't find a true storyline in it. And they were talking about metal. And guess what? I am now a big metal fan. Well, I thank God that my parents encouraged me to watch anime. It's harmless. But those are just the last 5 things I want to say on this topic. And let me just say, Akidearest, you did a good job on that video. But at the end, it's up to the interpreter of this beautiful art form of anime and manga. That's all it is. The interpretation. Lots of love and respect to you, girl. I think most people know Akidearest, but if not, I will put down her channel in the description below so you can actually see her and her wonderful videos. I may even do it with Anime Man as well. I'll put in the descriptions down below. I'm Dragon Barrows, and I'll burn you all later. Bye.